talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. If she be down the ride, oh, I'll bet that. Ooh.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Everybody?
Cool.
Everybody?
Clean.
Everybody?
Crisp.
Everybody?
Higher.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Hey, that's my line, bro. You just don't come on my show and take over. Listen, there's no such question as a dumb question, but there is something that's called misinformation. There is a young lady that is a creator, and I'm not saying that she's sharing misinformation, but maybe she's misinformed, and maybe a lot of you guys are misinformed. So I'm going to clear the air. I have my, how old are you, young man?
I'm 7.
I have my 7-year-old son here to do a little bit of math for people, because there are a lot of people that don't understand the difference between salary and hourly wages. So as a non-career employee, you get hourly wages.
Yeah.
And as a PTF, you get hourly wages. When you hit full-time career, you are now based off of a salary. So what happens with the salary is that, let's just say you are a carrier, you will go onto your union website and you'll see what scale you start at. So as a PTF, you can go on your union website and look at the scale, and it'll have an hourly scale. But once you hit full-time career, it'll say salary, whatever your salary is. Hourly would be something between 20 bucks an hour and $25 an hour. But then once you hit career, it may say 52,000 and up, whatever it is, whatever your steps are. Let's break it down for you, because she said, oh no, they said that they have to, if they leave early, they have to put in, to get their hours made up. So let me break that down so you guys can understand. As a salary employee at $52,000 a year, put in 52,000, 52, zeros, one more. Okay. Divided by how many weeks in a year? 52. What does that come out to?
1,000.
That means you make $1,000 a week. Okay. If you are salary at $52,000 a year, you will make $1,000 a week. But if you don't show up to work, they're not going to give you $1,000. True. What happens is that your $1,000 a week is based off of a 40-hour work week. Divide that by 40 for me. Divided by
40.
That comes out to what?
25.
Okay, so if you make $1,000 a week and you work 40 full hours, you're making about $25 an hour. If you work less than your 40 hours a week, yes, you have to put a form in, because you're obligated. You are obligated to fulfill the requirements of your salary. That is the most important part. If you guys don't understand what I mean, if you are guaranteed $52,000 a year, you have to fulfill the obligation of a 40-hour work week. That's what they based your salary on. So you have to make 40 hours a week. So if you work 35 hours, yes, you have to put a form in and use your sick leave or your vacation time to make up the remaining 5 hours in order to fulfill the 40-hour a week obligation. That is what any salaried employee does. You can't just work 20 hours a week and still make $52,000. No, doesn't work like that, does it? Nope, he knows that. And how old are you?
7.
He know that.
It goes by the shirt.
All right, anyway.
Oh, and check out my YouTube channel. It's called Adventures and Activities and Gaming with Abel.
Can you read, please?
Okay.
Thank you. So back to what I was saying. Now, if you're a PTF, part-time flexible, You will go on your union website and you can check to see what your hourly wages are. And your hourly wage may be 25 bucks an hour.
True.
Put it in, 25.
25.
And you may work 35 hours. Times 35. Come on, there you go. Times 35. What do they make?
875.
So you made 875. And that's it. You don't need to fulfill the obligation of your salary. So that's what you're going to make for the week, 875. That's the difference between hourly and salary. It seems funny, don't it? I know. But there are people that don't know. So I have to explain that to them. You didn't know either. Anyway, so you're learning. It's always good to learn. But all I'm asking is there are a lot of people that are sharing information on YouTube. That's great if you share information. But please, if you decide to create your own YouTube channel and you want to share information, there are a lot of people that share misinformation. But once you share some information that I'm like, yeah, no. And I say, hey, reach out to me. I'll explain it to you to give you a better idea. And you still say, no, this is how it is. Then I got to break it down in the video. But then I also realize that you may not be the one. You may not be the only one.
True.
I just realized, a buddy of mine, I went and I was at the Jamaican restaurant, and buddy was like, hey man, how do I cash a money order? I was like, well, you got to do this, that, this, and the other. He's 20 something years old. And then he was like, look, I just want to mail it back to the person. I said, okay, no problem. He said, can I give it to you to mail it back? I said, just get an envelope and just mail it. He said, I don't know how to do that. And I was like, you don't know how to
grab an envelope and just send it?
There it goes. Yeah, you got to write down the person's their
address and stuff.
Right, exactly. But it's not to pick on anybody, but a lot of people don't know these things. You got to put a stamp on it, get an address, and then you mail it out, right? Yeah, so he did not know that. So it's not a pick on somebody thing. It's just that people don't do things the way that, we did in the past. Everybody uses email and so on and so forth. Don't you agree? Okay. So what my thing is to try to pass along the information so that people can understand the big picture. Same concept when it comes down to, non-career employees. Non-career employees make hourly wages. Full-time career, make salary. And again, if your salary is a solid number, which you will find on the union website, you look up what your letter and your step grade is, and you can find out exactly what you make per year. If you choose to break it down by the year, let's do some math. Let's say you make $65,000 a year, right? And what do you need to do at that point? You need to divide that 65 by 52 weeks. By 52 weeks. Because you work 52 weeks a year. And that means that you will be making $1,250 per week. So how do you break it down even more? You have to divide that $1,250 by how many hours you work in a week? 40. Divided by 40 equals what?
31.25.
That means you make $31.25 an hour based off of a $65,000 salary, right? That's how you break it down. If you choose to break down what you make. So again, you can say, hey man, I make 70 grand a year. That's my salary. Or you break it down and say, this is what I make per hour. But again, if you are a salaried employee, this is what you are making. There is no such thing as an hourly full-time career employee. Stick around because I got some news for you guys for the next video for everybody. It is a whopper. I got it from one of the supervisors. He told me, and I shared it with this guy already. You remember what I told you? Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. So we'll get. Hey. Didn't I just say don't tell him? Okay. So we'll get back to you sooner than later. This is JH, and I hope if I didn't explain it correctly and somebody else can explain it better in the comment section, feel free to do so.
Yeah.
Feel free to do so.
Just remember, check out my YouTube channel.
Look.
Adventures and Activities and Gaming with Abel.
This is JH, and this is
Abel.
and we out.
Peace.